This film is one of the most unhinged, beautifully made masterpieces that I have ever seen.
Bing bong!
Superbad walked so that Booksmart could run, and Booksmart ran so that Bottoms could fly. I'm gonna be honest right now, Bottoms is the best movie that I have seen all year. Now, that's not an easy list to get onto. I saw Past Lives. I loved Past Lives. I saw Spider-Verse. I loved Spider-Verse. I saw Polite Society. I loved Polite Society. But Bottoms is just different. I place it above all of the movies I've seen this year that I have absolutely loved. Basically, the story is about these two girls that start a school club in an attempt to get closer to these other two girls that they have a crush on. However, not realizing that the girls that show up for the school club, including the two that they have a crush on, join the club thinking that it is a fight club that will teach them self-defense against guys that just don't know to take no for an answer. Now, the plot on its own could have carried this entire movie, but Rachel Sennott and Ayo Edebiri, the two girls who are the protagonists of this film, are fantastic. I saw Rachel Sennott in a movie called Bodies, Bodies, Bodies that came out a couple of years ago. She was fantastic in that. She actually wrote this film, which was just so impressive. And the chemistry that these two have in the movie, right on par with Booksmart, right on par with Beanie Feldstein and Caitlin Dever. The chemistry that they showed in that movie was also fantastic. But these two knocked it out of the park. Phenomenal job. Now, I thought this movie was absolutely hilarious from start to finish and really, really heartwarming as well, but there are some elements of this film that to me make it one of the most special films of the year. Now, for the most part, that is the fact that this film takes place in a weird reality where everything happening, no matter how insane it is just sort of fine. Sort of reminded me of these Family Guy jokes where these absolutely insane things are happening, but everybody around is just sort of totally okay with it in like the weirdest, most hilarious way possible. This film is one of the most unhinged, beautifully made masterpieces that I have ever seen. And I know I throw the word masterpiece around just because it's a really, really great term to describe a lot of the movies that I see, but this movie truly earns it. I think all of the movies I use that word on have truly earned it, but I just really, really think Bottoms is a special kind of movie. There are a lot of little touches in the insane universe that this film takes place in. One of my favorite ones is that throughout the entire movie, there is a student in the classroom who is just in a cage, just caged in the corner. Nobody ever references it. They just show it in the background, this guy who's just in a cage in class. Absolutely unhinged, just so hilariously fantastic. Also, the football team in this movie wears their uniforms all the time. No matter what the situation is, they are always wearing their football jerseys. And the quarterback of the football team, aka the most popular kid in the entire school, is this hilariously over-the-top flamboyant person who's also never has his sexuality questioned and is dating the girl that one of the other girls who starts this fight club is deeply in love with. It is all of these insane aspects of the movie that make it the beautiful unhinged masterpiece that it truly is. But the cherry on top is Marshawn Lynch. Marshawn Lynch came out and said that the reason he took a role in this film is because it deeply bothered him how he reacted to his own sister coming out. He felt that he did not behave the way he should have. Was not as supportive of her as he should have been, and he took the role in this movie, actually improvised essentially all of his dialogue, which is just hilarious because I, for one, really can't tell when Marshawn Lynch is improvising his acting lines and when he's actually reading the lines that were written for him. But the fact that they let him improvise just worked out the best possible way. He is the cherry on top of this beautifully made film. Now, if this was not enough to get you to go out and see Bottoms, I also want to mention that the film was just recently announced to go fully national. It is going to be playing in theaters all across the country, which is fantastic. Makes me so happy because a movie like this came out and I had my eye on it when I first heard that it was in development. Rachel Sennott is just really, really great, but it lives up to the hype. And not only that, but to see the reaction that this movie is getting from other people who I just didn't really think would care that much about the film, and to see that the film has generated enough buzz to get a national rollout so that it's in basically every theater, if not most of the theaters in the country, is beautiful. And it just makes me happy that we're seeing these sort of diverse films. But the insanity of this movie is truly, to me, what makes it so special. Bottoms is easily one of the best films of the year. If I'm being completely honest, I know we're not going to have the Oscars next year, but if we were, I think Bottoms should win Best Picture. I think it's that good. I think that we do not get films like this that often. Films that toe the line of like insanity, but heartwarming, but also really diverse and very forward thinking and progressive, and I just appreciate all that type of filmmaking. And at the end of the day, the movie's just really good. It's really well written, really well acted. Everybody brings their absolute A game to this film, and if you get a chance to go see Bottoms, you will not regret it. There are a lot of little touches in the insane universe that this film takes place in. This is one of the best films of the year, one of my personal favorites, and man, am I glad that it turned out as good as it did.